Keychron in 2021 is a household name in mechanical keyboard scene. They make keyboards for all layout with the promise of native wired and wireless connectivity with Windows, Mac, and also Hotswappability, which is a great neat feature for the keyboards these days. K4v2 is Keychron's take on the 96% layout keyboard. 96% layout is basically a cramped up full-size layout that gives you a bit more space on your desk. Many folks prefer 96% layout board for productivity stuffs. This unit of Keychron K4v2 has been provided by Vibe Gaming, one of the official distributor of Keychron in Bangladesh. They also sell game codes and gaming peripherals from other brands. Thanks to them for letting me try out my first Keychron K series board. Check the link in the description for the details. Okay, so let's begin. K4v2 is available in various configurations, from white backlit to RGB, with both hot swappable and non-hot swappable variant with or without aluminum frame. The one that I've got here is RGB with non-hot swap variant, but since I've used two Keychron hot swap boards already, I can shed some light on them too, so those will come in a later part. As you can see, the box contains a braided Type-C USB cable, wired keycap puller, additional Windows-compatible keycaps, and the board itself. The hot swap variant, you will get a switch puller and a warning guide on how to install switches. The build. It's pretty good like all other Keychron boards I've tried. This one has a plastic case which is pretty solid. On the left side, you will find the USB Type-C input and the sliders to switch between the Windows, Mac, wired, and Bluetooth connectivity. At the bottom, you will find 4 rubber feet with 2-stage adjustable feet for ergonomic typing. This is a key improvement from the version 1 of Keychron K4. In terms of aesthetics, the grey color stock keycaps with sub-legends are pretty pleasing and good looking, and I personally like them a lot. Unfortunately, these are double shot ABS with shine through legends. They'll shine out pretty easily, and down the line you might have to replace them. K4v2 comes with 3 switch options: Gator on red, blue, and brown. The one that I've got is the one with Gator on reds. They are pretty decent budget linear with 45 grams of actuation force, similar to Cherry MX Reds, but smoother. Suitable for both day-to-day tasks and gaming too. And as for the suggestion of what type of switch to go for, it all comes down to your personal preference. Speaking of gaming, this board has 1000Hz polling rate at wired mode, which is pretty normal for 2021, and NKRO. Now let's talk a bit about Hotswappability. Although my unit is on Hotswap, the Hotswap variant of Keychron boards are quite good. They make quite decent PCB with KL Hotswap sockets and support 5-pin switches. I would highly recommend to go for the Hotswappable variant, which will give you more liberty to try out switches and tinker the board easily. Now the stabilizers. They are factory loop with decent looping right out of the box and sound quite decent. But like most Keychron K and C series boards, they are not clipped. Okay, so now let's take a look at the sound test to see how the board and the stabilizers sound. So as you can see, the boards sound quite decent right out of the box, although some stabilizers are still a bit rattling, and yes, there are some hollowness inside. Keychron boards are quite user-friendly for modding. There are guides to disassemble a board or even custom plate file as well in their Keychron website. So I would suggest to get the Hotswap variant and tinker it. I've previously made a video where I modded a Keychron C1 to the max, which will be in the card above. Do check that if you want to upgrade your K4v2 or any other Keychron board down the line. This board has SMD, RGB, LED and supports full color spectrum. Unfortunately, you can have some fixed RGB modes which you can toggle with a dedicated button. The main reason? Well, the lack of software. So let's see first some of the RGB modes that this board have. This dedicated RGB button took away keys like print skin, which many prefer using for productivity stuffs, which is a bit of a downer in my opinion, and you can't remap this light key even. Yes, it's almost the end of 2021 and Keychron still couldn't manage to make the promised QMK via compatibility with K-series boards or even release a dedicated software. This is a massive downer in my opinion for the Keychron boards. But if you're inquisitive enough, you can sideload QMK firmware on K4v2 as it uses Sonic chip. There is a Discord community dedicated to it, which I'm linking description down below. But remember, you will lose Bluetooth connectivity and warranty might be violated, so be aware and do at your own risk. With QMK, you can remap your layout and even map your own RGB, but I think the dedicated RGB key is still hardwired to the PCB and probably remapping isn't possible. Let's talk about the wireless connectivity features, since this board boasts a lot about its wireless connectivity. K4v2 uses Bluetooth 5.1 connection with 4000 mAh battery. This is a pretty large battery and it will last you days. As per Keychron, 240 hours without LED off. So during my work from home days, I have used this board quite extensively, and to be fair, this served me well in the wireless mode. Now coming to the final thoughts. Despite the board packing in a lot of great feature, it falls short in keycaps and software department. Although the price starts from $70, the full Hotswappable and RGB variant is gonna cost you at least $90. I mean, yes, you can change the keycaps down the line or live with the software, but you gotta take a look at what the competition are offering these days. I think this would still be a very compelling board if it were in early 2020. But now in this range we have boards like Epomeka GK96XS, fl-esports FL980 with good quality PBT keycaps, RGB, Hotswappable, more switch options like Gatron YOLO, scale box pings, wireless connectivity, even 2.4 GHz, software and native mix support. And even all of them cost less than just $90. Unless you're getting a hard time getting those aforementioned boards or you're in a rush to buy a new keyboard, I cannot say Keychron K4 is a bang for buck. And my suggestion to the Keychron is that please step up your game a bit, mate. The competition is surpassing you by miles. And nowadays the best part of being a consumer is that we don't have to rely on the mainstream brands to get the boards of our desired layouts and switches these days. Brands like Keychron, Epomeka, fl-esports and many other more are doing a tremendous job in accelerating the pre-built keyboard market, and ultimately, we users are getting benefited. And so that wraps it up for today. Hope you liked the video. If so, please do drop a like, share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see me covering more amazing value-oriented pre-built and custom boards, please do drop a sub because I'm already working on some banger items. So until the next video, goodbye.